na mutu akai na yeso so na yede
sika wo hanka kwa nisu
chronicle the bokrata ne yede chase me chase afri so hanu ma eno amoten na wo pepese nyinam se ura Collins Dauda ya che no ura asame jamfi na da ha me bo ana se waba be kirikire mu ama oma sign ura Collins Dauda ne ti
NDC phone assign
NDC phone no
aka police phone
yes eno no papa yi Tony Lita no
Tony Lita
yo Supreme Court
aye
2012 akwabe kai 2012 no
he's a very fine lawyer
aye ena maame ye
Nana Oye
say friend of Bampo
Nana Oye Bampo Ado go back to her maiden name
into what papa near friend of Nana Oye later
Rosemont Bampo Ado
na buza for say odosan na ato adapa yes wajeje ne nkonko so akogya ne sobrani odosa ya na ato adapa say de ye twe na bo so po Nana Oye
Popo when they moto no
Nana Oye ena ni kunu Tony Lita
ni kunu dada
o me person be careful power so make can hear na actually contempt ena Nana Oye ade ni kunu dada e kokot yes we still no 1.5 million se papa guna ni mase dollars o dollars enye sika ketwa sagla me project no record upon kroma na da ha wo se ye wonwuma ma so obi akwa ya se on pese ye hwe na ye adwuma ne ye ne develop no papa na da ha papa yi on na se manso nkwanta on na abetu ayi no papa we obintachi teacher ni no
we say go back omo twa na you seek sorry
I can tell you
appear me go
obintachi na 25
omo twa na appear me
increment ya 25
yeah name so belus I mean
so
yeah statistics name so belus
I'm so calm no
one term no say so belus big time sir
lose be lose say big say go
papa when they betu era obintachi no manso nkwanta parliamentary candidates for MPP and na ho asem ba say ono ko head yes on ko head new MD or NIB ama for ka ho nsem sa but essentially chema ba say qualify
ni dey so qualify
enti dey na e be ka fa ho akua
yes kwaba
ma asem ba mti
qualification asem ne kwa dey no ye free ho ye kan wasem ha say qualify na mum yes we declare we intent and also say intention say we koye politics we are ban adwuma kra wo de to ho ade na we akọ prime minister wini wo hwe ni mo say December obegina me amanfo ato ne so aba na ya fe ni afa ban adwuma de ama no I want to know how no no de me kan so what
say no na man qualify no
what's
qualify one aspect
what dey for
bank ni mo an na on qualify na
Debbie MD na ya de ama no no say na bi nya aban
bank
me na mo problems I mean constitution no that's me kind say adena obi ye a CEO okay CEO na okọ party bi din mu okọ contested wa wonne oba be ye MP e wo party ni din mu say oda so kura sa position bi won ma
e bi ne ye
no me kan say me no problem kakra
normally say who win election now you cease to become the CEO. So, in 2017 to 2020, there are a number of CEOs are winning parliamentary from what parliament is here. There are no more the CEOs. So you can mention the sports minister, for example. One no NNA CEO, NSS. You can mention Tampuli, Hassan Tampuli. No, MP. You get it. So when you are the CEO, now we near. You don't become the CEO again. You just but you see the argument and say in terms of the banking qualification, he has it. In fact, one on a deputy MD. In fact, on a deputy MD or NIB. And at the main boss on Akua retirement. And now board na trans say you are the right person to be the manager.
No, person the ticket down.
It's when it comes to qualification in terms of professional qualification.
And there will be any problem
of qualify. But still on the can and run and what bet him or say and we kasakwa imzavo and kasakwa o see o be your time I make jumano and the campaign no affect obwa kasakwa obwa because ye nim in the heat of the campaign, 3 months to every election. That is the heat of the campaign season. Thank you. Thank you. That's the heat. That's the heat of the campaign. 3 months to election.
2020, but we
campaign now. Campaign that. Say na ye kan oboa me se oboa say obeye adwuma
11:30-12
no sorry
yeah because yeah na on krase no I say I was by 6 na wo hye
kasakwa
ebobo be 9 o minya kwafu na wo side divert bibia sa baba to
edwomfo no no to na edwomfo
je so ba krom
sa enyunu do awasa kwhia mo ewe krase wetimi na ye nyina ye te aya me nwa ofo se ni mienu na edwuma ni mienu nya mre o
but you see there's one argument that first John Bodu so na cigar boss so na or say and I find it quite strange kakra or say MPs 18 ministers. So if MPs ministers are and the parliamentary candidates can equally be CEOs. And and of course, and she said,
"Well, headquarters will have a senior. Now we MP. So how do you marry Nimi?
So that is his argument. On an argument, it is up to Ghana for any to decide saying you can say tax to move. Send tax to me. It is up to Ghana. Oh, we met my cousin. I was in principle. I'm not for 70 any relation 70 and them in Kebi. As a matter of principle, in Kebi. I know the details of the cock so you know why we now, but in Kebi. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I know. I come first from Mujay. Everything I know, but.
Charge na be ma ne bo bo ni se mi bo ha
exactly ebinya kra
and the uncle the legal here some you go so akọ support akropon asukufo bi yisi say almost started the injury o ma register mpem ahanu aduonum baako oha aduanan kron ena de ha yi in 6 days ena Dr. Bawumia akoni kurum region ho na mo amohwedun edomo a yese nipa se America obia na Dr. Bawumia woni ye ne da so wona abetema giyen esimfo ene ode ye de hofo aye ho wona o ma ye nimonyam wona o ma ye awrechekere eno mo say rousing welcome there we can nyina ka na Bawumia na so wo ka nyina
oh za
wo ka nyina
the final na show so the number na show
na Bawumia na so
the final na show ababa na show you yati
na go we musi say ya
yati
wa be Ghana ni
na o ye
na America passport
o be Ghana ni o ye de
o pe Ghana o say free grant bre mu
le ho ya me wo hey
who say abrofo wo mo onyoma bi hu bre o de onyoma hu bre o mo wono for you na bi kro wa check ni DNA hu say dogo ne wa ha say si amene wo ka say Migan ene ne kunu hare wo Nigeria wo say Migan DNA 43% fi Nigeria
say na Nigeria kaka
enti so ko back to ni kuro nti da ati bi ati say Migan so akotere Nigeria ne bi no ne bi Steve Wonder abe check ni DNA ana wa check hu say ni root ni e Ghana ha so mo na ye blacks na slave trade do mo kodu abroche no timra one ne yere ne mma omo abako so e oath for president wo se sa na wo pese wo naturalize ye no ama ya man Ghana krata nti say free na ko no timi akwa Ghanaian passport December ba ekure bi obeto bi
mon gasa
Ade. What's the problem? Do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have any problem.
No, I mean, you have a concern.
No, I don't have any problem.
No. I mean, it's your do you have a concern?
I'm to me.
They need a
Nigeria for the way Nigeria for who Ghana no Ghana
for they look prebesi ha na me say ahwa na de ne man ne yiri abedi kas mu ni kan ba na ko ba Johnny e de akọ
na onim
o se ba
na onim endra
we
me hu videos in the pictures no
no comment
and I'm a cow asem
Bonina
na Bonina na pasa me talk masa dum so nti o ko ye
because
etina in my mind me say rade
One.
Yami mwano. Mema do so. Emma your problem. Emma do no. So I beg Ghanaian citizen. Because I'm more than a show him. Doom so say say you are not abapa wa Ghana. It's a doom somebody obebre papa. It's a vampire say you are what no. If you are not doing something about generator, you won't be brave. But we will not better as a dress. Say you are.
Maybe why you can be man.
Oh, Baba wasn't welcome.
The video cry. Oh my, and mama no.
Yeah, my mama.
To Baumia. Yeah. Me did say what? Obi a bibi e ba ufia. Esura ho keka wo hia ai hwe abusua mu kura na bia wunu bia ne wo issue ana obi a wunim no it takes the bia na koma nhye danye e na onipa ne choke success bia ya na wonu na ne nye nti normal
yanko birthday wishes ekwe bi wo ana
enne debi
my love be child there e wo 20 secondary and there ne first born or say amponsa juma over 5 years and there. Of school, a Happy Birthlight International School. A walk to one say. It's a friend, another people see you happy birthday, Keseba, and Fama, your firstborn. When you're 5 years and there, it's or say I'm Ponsa Juma, another pay for what papa, for me, and you're performing in a happy birthday.
Right. And now your mama Mary birthday Santasi new site and wo ma Mary and now you that if you are ba usua asabre and I say your ma I would pay ma Mary yes we share 24/7 utie 24/7 when you mishraw and now so you the great lion Reverend Emmanuel Champon birthday yes the great lion Reverend Emmanuel Champon unia ba and no so was interest Roman Catholic and I wish you happy birthday. Kura mu no birthday no enne Dr. Isaac Bracco birthday ye ka Dr. Isaac Bracco a we senior lecturer University of Education Winneba na owo kane na oye HOD Political Science Department ho ena osabe HOD Banking and Finance ena osabe HOD Management Sciences ye ka obi a Ghana dana koma so na odwobre ne ho ase bu nipa do nipa fere nipa Dr. Isaac Bracco eka ho papa imu bebre ya hwe no na ye sua no onyame ntena nim kire no na onom na asomdwie onyame adwoba ne nkonkro di mu ye kɔ ojo mensa ewo epre oye driver epre himai santase ekɔ akosi daako one na yere Florence Ade na no mo ware ewo Christian Village mo amkɔ boa e ma ojo mensa ne yera wode ye kra behwe nyina no yadamase onyame nhira mo udiefo na na sabre pena manie yekɔ na yatora so Christ asomdwe nka mo nyina
ma ye mamu nyina chi mama kwa ba e de eba Ghana te Sembri so na ene ba bia de ni kye ne the aviation sector e ye wiemhyen adwuma no e wom se Ghana ni airline anaso se ye ni wiemhyen kane ya yesusu na ye beto Ghana Airways a wiase ba bia ekɔ we se e twam na aba fom pa ne DC10 egu ase enso nei Ghana e wiemhyen e ho nsɛm na kɔ bibia ho ye ni ba akompo ya e bɛka ne sɛ ye Ghana de a na enso ni nyina kyi Ghana fo tu kwan papa menam so ye airport me ye won hu siesie nkran T3 ba ye omanfo nyina boje so a na eye kama ene Kumasi International Airport ya be ye ho adwuma e wo sampanyimfo se yenwi aka bibi kakra bi wo ho na so na no fiada mampani adodanko kufado be Kumasi e be ka asante hene ho ene mpanyimfo bi ekotwa ahomemu a ene yi watu din Prempeh the First International Airport na mampani akufado we kasa e wo dwuma na se no eno di nsem bi tu dwa o kira asanteman ne asantefo nipa bebre tu kwan papa woni egu abrochaman so dodo no a binom asantefo na edi adanse se airport no ye biem kura ma ne bro se de wa ha yi a enka eye na ogi di se de aba no ebeboa ma aman ne aman ntamu nkitahudie afi adwadie ho nsam ene ne o ma edi yedie ebre omanfo ene aman ahodo no emu ebeyire na akonanim ewo man Ghana emu sara nso ena adwadie nsam ne da nchen a ya mamre ne amane ya kwansra kwanso tourism ena fe cultural programs ahodo a ya cultural exchanges no ni nyina ebekoso mampani ekufo ado kan nsem ne bebre ma yensem training ko fredanim akiribi go ahoma so yenko hwembra
Asante mantem so afo nyafo simos emensa ne nkase ya odigi nipa hodu obepiem obia ho ma obie Prempeh the First International Airport nchim se wo hwe ni mu se airport ya bebe ma dwumedi ahodu wo mantem akonkan na abo masikasem so afa ne ntoma baefra.
Today is a cherished dream come true, and I take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this commissioning program for an excellent job. The commissioning could not have come at an appropriate time than the period of Silver Jubilee celebrations of the ascensions of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II to the throne as Asantehene Nana Wonkwaso Nana Yamao Ayiko. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Asante region is not only rich in culture and history, but also has enormous economic potentials. The region is characterized by a diverse economic landscape, driven by gold, mining, agriculture, trading and commerce, manufacturing, services, and tourism. To fully unlock this potential and propel the region into a vibrant economic hub, we must ensure that we have the necessary infrastructure in place to facilitate growth and connectivity on a global scale. The international airport represents more than just a physical infrastructure. It symbolizes our collective aspiration for the economic growth, regional connectivity, and global integration. It will serve as a gateway to the world, facilitate trade, tourism, and investment opportunities for the good of not only the people of Kumasi and Shati region, but the entire nation. We are profoundly grateful to the MPP government for the unwavering support throughout the planning and construction phases of this project.
Engineer Charles Kreku, Director General Ghana Civil Aviation, editor said Nasuye Ghana Airport Company Limited, Bayer Jumadene Pa Abuama, Prempeh the First International Airport Net Dimu Ewo, Ebimemu Nyina.
It's a delight and heartwarming to be present at this auspicious occasion where Ghana is again counting the gains made in the aviation industry with the commissioning of this ultra-modern, magnificent terminal building and air traffic management system, including a secondary surveillance radar system. As the regulator of the aviation industry and the air traffic service provider, we have been working together with the airports operator, Ghana Airports Company Limited, to bring this magnificent edifice into fruition. And we are very optimistic that this airport will soon become one of the busiest airports, not only in the country, but the whole sub-region. Your Excellency, Mr. President, with the installation of the radar systems in Kumasi, will ensure comprehensive radar coverage across the Accra Flight Information Region, which is the territorial airspace of Ghana and a large portion of the ocean. Equipped with these advanced capabilities, the Kumasi radar provides air traffic controllers with vital information essential for the effective separation and management of aircraft, thereby facilitating the smooth and orderly flow of air traffic. The functionality of the Kumasi radar extends beyond the provision of regular surveillance services. It offers both the approach and route control services, which ensures optimization of the use of our airspace, as well as minimizing delays. Kumasi radar being the third in the country after Accra and Tamale will ensure that we always have total radar coverage in the continental airspace of Accra FIR, with Kumasi and Tamale serving as backup for Accra.
Managing Director, Ghana Airport Company Limited, Miss Yvonne Nana Efri Opare Abubo Niema Hodwa Ubehunwo Prempeh the First International Airport be to say fire station, power station, and terminals ahodoɔ no. Ɛno mu no otwem sɛ omugu nkasɛyɛ so omohwɛ ani mu sɛ British Airways, Ethiopian Airline, Turkish Airways, ɛne ne keka ho nyinaa ɛbɛhyɛ ase abɛyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ hɔ no. Na ɛma yɛ no koraa ɛyɛ ade a Egypt Air ɛdika Babylon de ama nipa asi asɛ to akɔ.
Airport expansion project was conceived in 3 phases. Phase 1, which was completed in 2014, entailed a newly rehabilitated runway and the installation of aeronautical ground lighting, which paved the way for domestic airlines to commence night operations. Phase 2, which started in 2018 and is being commissioned today, includes the provision of brand new international terminal built from scratch with a throughput capacity of 800,000 passengers per annum, a new apron and taxi link, a new access road to the airport, a newly built car park, provision and installation of perimeter and security fence walls, an electricity substation, bulk utility services. I am also pleased to announce that this new terminal comes with a brand new fire station and a newly built air traffic control tower and radar system, which were originally scheduled to complete in phase 3. However, we are happy to say that through the effective management and resources, these have been fast-tracked and completed as part of phase 2. The remaining works scheduled for phase 3's implementation include the extension of the runway from 1,981 meters to 2,320 meters, which is currently underway and is projected to be completed in September of this year, 2024. Additional taxi links and apron parking stands will also be completed as part of phase 3. The total project cost for phase 2 and phase 3 is 125,000 euro. This airport is more than just steel and concrete. It is a gateway to the world, a catalyst for growth in our aviation sector, and an answer to providing services to hundreds and thousands of passengers who often travel from the Ashanti region, mid and northern parts of our country to Accra's Kotoka International Airport to board international flights. With the operationalization of Prempeh the First International Airport, passengers need not make long journeys to Accra, but can catch flights right here in Kumasi, directly outbound to their destinations around the world. With ongoing discussions and collaborations with our partner airlines, we are assured that Prempeh, the First International Airport, will see airlines such as British Airways, Askai Airlines, Ethiopian Airlines, Turkish Airways, TAP Portugal, Kenya Airways, among others, to land and take off here in the very near future. It is worth noting that just recently, Egypt Air Airbus 320 landed here in Prempeh, the First International Airport, disembarked passengers and took off successfully.
British High Commissioner our Memu Miss Harriet Thompson and switching me say any a prempe the first international airport abano ebeboama nipa base 1,200 and na enye juma aye no share £1 billion afrase ye dwedi e course o man Ghana any UK man intem no ebetimi akonkan na abolo sakra.
Nana Ajiman Prempe, the first international airport, is designed and built to world-class standards, as we've heard, and we look forward to seeing the socio-economic benefits that it will bring to the people of this region and to the wider country. With a projected annual passenger volume of 1 million people, this airport is poised to generate substantial commercial opportunities and to foster the growth of the tourism industry for the people of Ashanti-Man and Ghana. The city of Kumasi has been a renowned commercial hub for centuries, and it is now directly connected to the rest of the world. I hope to see businesses and tourists taking advantage of this new route and look forward to seeing the economic dividend that will create. I would like to congratulate Contractor UK for the successful completion of this project, undertaken with support from the UK government through UK Export Finance. With over 1,200 jobs created by this project, it showcases the positive impact of the UK government's commitment to supporting Ghana's economic growth. This project is one of many examples of collaboration between the UK and Ghana. Last year, I attended the commissioning of Tamale International Airport, also supported by UK government and built by a UK company. And earlier this week, my deputy was at Blue Skies, a British agricultural company here in Ghana, with the visit of His Excellency President Akua Asieduaa. Blue Skies relies on Ghana's airports to export its goods to Europe, a clear example of the trade opportunities that infrastructure projects such as this airport create. I'm delighted that trade between the UK and Ghana has remained strong over the years, with trade in goods and services now standing at £2.3 billion sterling. Overall, approximately 40,000 tons of freight was moved through Ghana's airports last year, and I want to see that number go up as this fantastic new airport comes into service. The UK-Ghana Trade Partnership Agreement, as well as the African Continental Free Trade Area, will be instrumental in that increase. The British High Commission, through our business and trade team, supports both UK and Ghanaian businesses to invest, to grow and to export. We have a global network of government and private sector partners that provide tailored solutions to industry, facilitating trade and investment between the UK and Ghana.
Minister of Transport, Kwesi Asiama, editor say, Jumadi Dudona Eguswa Aircosu Ewo, Prempe the first international airport said the Kosu Wiasia Fanayina. Na was free to move was and Timantemana wana to quite farm Potemina. So one Koswan won't tone take it a hodona, oh, Krumia said Beya, Bema airline companies, you know, with Jumadian Etimi Akoso.
Airport no go aye and no mo comes airport to be anywhere you wait. If you're a serious country, airport to be anywhere you wait construction down. Because any play mode the construction the costs are who go hit you. I'm a me blue when they make we are mentioning us. Because every day construction is going on. Who go to buy airport, construction is going on. Now na all terminal but to make work because you move baby and move VIP now one way no aye many people to me fraud with chapana into me into busumu mienu no ni aye taxi we na wi ni aye trans ni na obede no ni awie tamale the commission tamale dey in July they starting operation in October the commission way in May the best start operation in June. Now for in the meantime, Brown will go so away. In January, near Bubu Danibi, no matters. That's September. Here we are. Two for I'm saying, no, push me, boss. It's a British plane, no car, only president, and Madame Tipuchi. And here we are. Now, I do pray now 737 Rachel for Phoebe. Music Kumasia, Mantamu and Kofoko, take a share father. The moon has over conquer a coca. Namu, Muntie, Omomohan, I'm free a corner. So could take it no one can. That the Turkish air do be seen canon bar. That's a deeper Unipe woman, Omoko Omu Make I do bring back. international traffic now. President, why not from you? Infrastructure now, I see a DCO. May you prefer to the back of the corner. Yakani, woman, them one also. The beauty crown, you have to take it to her. Not go for news and go back. Play the back, must inquire 200. And no money option. No, my palm, no, two near free. It's a Mr. Mo. I'm a bayan, and what do for? I saw so. And I would have Mr. That's what the room. They go from here to move. No more can take it to her. That's the penny from which they back. It might be here.
Nana otu osirebo dwabemman hene ejina akrobia Asante Kotoko anemu ekasa etre sintia wode Kumasi International Airport eto Asante hene se Ajuma Prempe eman beye Prempe the first international airport.
This year marks 3 seminar events in Ashanti history. In February we celebrated 100 years of the Security War, which was not a very happy relationship with the British, since it was that time that the British came over, pillaged and looted our regalia and then took them away. But then, 100 years later, the British have given us money to construct this airport. How history can turn and how circumstances can move for the betterment of people. If we had been so adamant that because of what happened in 1874, we wouldn't take their 150 years, sorry, we wouldn't take their largesse, we wouldn't have had this edifice. Madam High Commissioner, we thank you very much for giving us the benefit. But don't bring us back security. We don't want to remember it. Again, it is seminal in the sense that the airport is being named after King Prempeh the First. And those of you with a little bit of knowledge about history will recall that from on 24th November, it will be exactly 100 years when King Prempeh was repatriated from the Seychelles back to Kumasi. So the naming of this airport after King Prempeh the First goes to signify or gives a lasting memento of 100 years anniversary of 10/24 the First. We are grateful for you for naming the airport as a mark of remembering a very sour portion of our history, when for 28 years Ashanti was left without a home. That the resilience and tenacity of the people supported us and endured us over those periods of time. And the third aspect of it is that this being gifted to Asante, and the person who doing the donor is the president who has had sleepless nights over this. Anytime that I met with him, he will say, oh, because here, because you know that is our first question. If that was coming from me, he was getting more blows from my boss, being opened with wonderful facilities. It takes the human effort to maintain and keep it clean and tidy. Let us not treat it as, with all respect, a bad garbage pit where you drop something that recalls personal hygiene. Let the cleanliness that we are seeing today be with the facility from today, tomorrow, until time shall be no more. But that way, then we will be showing greater gratitude for the fact that that which we are given, we respect it, and then we also adore and honor it. It's going to make the operation of the airport going to make the cost of traveling very, very cheap for us, because sometimes you go to Accra or you land in Accra and the transport, the onward journey to Kumasi, because of bad weather there are no flights, and you have to go and find yourself a hotel and other such.
Ghana Mampani Nana Danko Akufo-Addo enso nkase mu ewo dwumadi na ase echire mi se the first international airport ebeboa maniema pii na etimi akoso ewo Asante Mantam mu ema bi kura so oman Ghana so ene ya airport na ba no ebibie kwan pa ama mpuntu ene dwuma ahodo na ena etimi akoso na aban ni so ade hunu se eya aviation sector wo memu no obetretri na ye nyina edi adanse pa.
Information of Kumasi Airport to prepare the first international airport Kumasi represents more than just bricks and mortar. It embodies the spirit of innovation, excellence, and collaboration that defines the Ghanaian people. Through meticulous planning, hard work, and dedication, we've turned the vision into reality. And today, we reap the fruits of our labor. The decision I made to name Kumasi International Airport after the 14th Asante was not a difficult one to make. All followers and lovers of history will agree with me that Otumfuo Agyeman Prempeh I played a pivotal role in the consolidation of the Ashanti Kingdom during his reign in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. During his reign, he faced significant challenges, including colonial encroachment and internal strife. But his leadership and vision were instrumental in shaping the destiny of the Ashanti people. One of Otumfuo Agyeman Prempeh's most notable achievements was his efforts to modernize and centralize the administration of the Ashanti Kingdom. He introduced reforms to the traditional governing structures, establishing a more centralized system of authority that strengthened the power of the Asante and his Council of Chiefs. This helped to streamline governance and enhance the kingdom's ability to respond to external threats and internal challenges. My charge to the Ghana Airport Company Limited is to ensure that the premises are preserved as a historic site. Prempeh I is revered as a symbol of Ashanti pride, independence, and sovereignty. And today, through this ceremony, we are paying tribute to his legacy. And to the Accra Kotoka International Airport to board international flights. The airport will now serve as an important gateway, forging stronger economic ties, supporting international trade and tourism, and promoting cultural exchanges. I'm told that this project created a significant number of jobs during the construction process and will also create additional employment opportunities as it becomes operational. I therefore urge all of you, particularly inhabitants of Kumasi, to take advantage of the opportunities that this airport presents to grow and develop. Ladies and gentlemen, the policy of the Akufo-Addo government is to help grow our nation's aviation sector and give it the needed boost in recognition among its competitors in the West African region and beyond. It is within this framework that over the last few years, the aviation sector has witnessed significant development in infrastructure and service expansion, coupled with the implementation of the Open Skies policy. Ghana has experienced considerable overall growth in air passenger traffic on both domestic and international routes. At the end of 2023, international passenger traffic comprised 2,914,661 persons, compared to the 2019 throughput of 2,328,750 persons, representing a 25% increase. Domestic passenger traffic on this part increased from 690,314 persons in 2019 to 775,662 persons at the end of 2023, representing representing a 12.4% increase. This day to me, I am with great honor and pleasure to invite God 2472 the second, Asante, and all the dignitaries, including Prime Minister Raleigh and his wife, all the dignitaries on the days, including Prime Minister Raleigh and his wife, to join me to commission formally Prempeh the First International Airport, Kumasi. May God bless Prempeh the First International Airport, Kumasi, and the Santimari.
We and someone anu fear that ebi see Prempeh the First International Airport you Kumasi bra penifo keka won ho na anu fear that de na Ghana nyina Kumasi no ma behia na ene ya bepa ho ntoma airport no edi mu a ya dane de ahya santeman ensa na so da so ha Ghana man ejapade de aka no ne sese pese planes akese ni nyina besi a ye tu kwan ye ni sankran ene ye kɔ ye ntwa ticket no ye mfuru ni Kumasi yesa so omoba no mu anya nipa no a omoba no mu anya nipa dodo na plane bebre pe baabi afa wabra ye hwehwe wo mu no ye hu wo mu ye de omu ye de mu si a omanfo na ya sɔre so ama ye de health and lifestyle abremo me din de Kwesi do me da mu nyina asema mu no hwa anya do.
Ebnada yebembe yabulika midi edi PSC ladi ye the health and lifestyle ebro na no pay dande bia me busa me ho se enipa ye boy ye no ye bo sabi adwen na ye onipa dodo no omo adwen mu ohaw de biada he na woko obi wo no kra no a obi aka asama che na ye ne ya aware mu no ma nkoye ni nyina affect adwen no akoda bi wo horo mu a wo asembi bi wona adwene ho ehe na wo fa anope ne Dr. Anthony Apiakubi Managing Director Fredatoni Executive Clinic ebedi enkomo bosumwe mental health month bosumi a yede kai ya adwene mu apomden ana ya adwene mu ahoden so anope ebusa say your mental health, who do you consult wadwema apomden hwan na wo kɔ no ho hwan na wo kɔ na waboa wo Tina Dr. Abba Anope. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning, PSC.
Yeah, that's say your friend so Abba.
Me that's say so manya da jidia frame wa.
Yo, enti ye shasia no. You count mental health. What is mental health?
Okay, nti brofunu so you count mental health na ye per definition. Nti Brofonoeben say mental health includes our emotions, our psychological and our social well-being. So emotions,
yatinka,
psychological,
say adwene mu
adwene,
okay.
Ne
unipantem
nkutahudie yes nti eno kire se na watenka ayew se na wusi dwen fa ene se na wusi ye wo niema so emotions psychological and then social well-being, interactions with people. Nti na ubaka say mental health ye dia na
no
ewo sa niema miensa we nyina
yo
kabum
ene ya te say neurologist neurologist
ni nyina
ka adwene no ho nsam ho na ye neurologist
Okay. Inti say uka say neurologist na say o pa kire doctor oye saade no. Na eden no ye. Bro from say a neurologist is a medical doctor who diagnoses, treats, and manages disorders of the brain and nervous system. So is the brain, the spinal cord, and then the nerves. Into brain, spinal cord, spine, and then all the nerves.
As a wise.
Yes.
Okay.
Into a neurologist, he's a specialized doctor. Yes, sir. Doctor for the engineer school, medical school, no. And no, or sans so school be no okokoye specialist. Na eno sa adwen wachi ene untina ema watinka no eno ho adwuma no oye we dey onye surgery.
Okay. And you're not neurosurgeon.
Oh, okay.
Neurosurgeon.
Intina just say neurosurgeon no Brofumu no say he's a specialized medical doctor known as brain surgeon. I'm saying no,
operation.
On the day, na juma ni nyina yese adwene wachibremu ne untire no ho no ono bibi to chima o hwehwe ne mfe watumi aye surgery amam. Aha.
Ene na kakra ye mental health month mu. Enti ya adwene ehun kita hodie hun komo ene edie enti na doctor ato no bo chirechire yemu no na ye hunu ene ye beka se hwan ne psychiatrist.
Hey.
Psychiatrist.
Yes, and that day, what do you do at school?
Yes, you are.
Okay, inti psychiatrist no. No, brofo mbeka say he's also a medical doctor who specializes in mental health. So when was that? Including substance use disorders.
So be a bibi. Wahi we na nesi ahye na etwahye na ama no manko yi no.
Yes.
So ofa enubone na atimi nyansu anso won so no. Na aka na dwuma no.
Nti yemfa ne say cigarette kura no say nicotine substance opioid they are abrofo omofra no opioid no eno so substance na we so marijuana and so a substance tramol ya ni ye kan ho asemi na last 2 years and so a substance in this obedient who wura sa nyeme mu nemfe achechire no nemfe ne ho otia na okoda hospital na say esese okọ hospital
so ko psychiatrist
ono so psychiatrist no adwuma ba ko oye no no nye de oye nyina ni o ba emu ba ko pa oye no no but he's a specialized mental health doctor including substance use abuse.
Yo enye na yam si form yambra adwemu haw ni bi ehun
sir
nti ansa na sa adwemu haw no bi ho no betimi akofri adwemu haw no wachi ana fise woka neurologist.
Okay. Yes, okay. Nti adwemu haw no ye wom be ahodo ennan ana mental health issues no ye wom ahodo be ennan de di nkan no omofra no mood disorder. Mood disorder ne kire se onipa wo hoi wo se ebu wo ho a obesura napa no na nani age no wati asemboni bi na mfina ne wira ho efi wo ko ni nyina ansa na ade nche no ade nsa no na ontumi mfi sa wira ho no nti onam ho nyina na waye bote waye basa bisa so wati ache emboa nti eno no mfra no mood disorder anase na ni tumi gia mfina ne wira ho na ni age biem no why din for new bi ankasa. Then number 2, anxiety no wahu nkrofo bebre nhye da ntia sesa o nso so ehun sunsuanso no aya na eba din pa se obetumi ako obi beti asembone bi oti asembone no na ne ye mahye no mfe na nakoma bo pri na mfe free no obo na se ya ne beka na okokoma na amanfo ahya ase tunsi ogunu so tunsi ogunu so no mo tunsi ogunu so obo hu na mama so no mde ne ko hospital mfe oda ho ohomententem dia mo kanyina asoti o nso so ompese obekasa anase ya na ni je se obekasa nti oda ho saa ebia doctor for ne ye be man bibia hua ne adea na obo pitru ni wasori wahu nti anxiety no eyem hihye ne asema wate a ufi se ebro so dodo any stress no kabomu a na knock down
na your mood disorders no bipolar ka ho mood disorder or depression bipolar ka ho ana
yes
bipolar.
yes
okay.
yes mood is bipolar mood disorder
so go on okay
mood disorder yeah.
And third, psychotic disorders.
No. O remember back opedi. Ohono ne ya ko psychiatrist adwoso me so me psychiatrist nti.
Okay.
But no what we be no schizophrenia.
Mateda.
Bibi tisa. Nti se o hospital no muka say we schizophrenic and as o ma that side diagnosis no a then na psychiatrist nka say adwuma no. Na other one no personality disorder oho na mpese medoma suko kakra unse personality no ye onipa nisu nyasa onam hoyese na usikasa jami ye nyina no eye me personality ebi na me kire no misuban se na me kasa se na medidi ntem me ye bibi ana me nipa edi nkuta ho wa ho ni nyina no misuni bi na me da na di no nti their personality disorder no mean fan say ba ko edi kan ye strange or unpredictable behavior o adamfo bi first na nko ye fine mfe do hia no a kakra bi na ne bu afu obeye nieme bi a odwe ho kura wontia madamfo yi no ntisa o na ye den na strange things obe no a ebia na ofere and as you don't feel comfortable. Second one, Tambiano, or you're very suspicious on Jobi and the Uber can say all the data fact bibia beguno Mia Nankabia Matias you also what he has so obey when you are still no or you say Ebia let me give you 50%. That's a way or your boss and yes an asamato then extreme mood swing. Nani ajia obo ane mfe na wamu nani na nani ye kru na asa ne bu afu bi abufu bi a wo kire mu kura wo ntia asa
ne bufu duru sa
asema o kan kura nsasa de abufu ba so sangrofo no mo ho na niam bebre ko enena mo adwen mo dwendwen niam bi ho nti obi a obefi se de wo kan no ode no akobata bibi foforo bi ho na songe no
obi kura tibi kasa okura obu misem ye yi enso na bi anya sa na wo ka okura obu misem
otumi so unsem no na wa magnify no wa ye ne kakra no ode obi wansa na ni so asa agibiem nti omoniam omoye na asa na wonti ase bisa then sankrofo we no tambia relationship very difficult so ukunu ni a mamisika na ne buafu edwan mbredi a na obesre a kirew usu bufu a onti ase nti nimba ba ne nchen a na oprepro mugu ko ma me ho onu ko ahye ne corner one corner when so first no onti sa o what you say first na nka onti sa bibia ye fine so obohu na ahye ase yes na say sa de ye ken
ebi wo mental disorder personality disorder ni
no wa shasi or denedy difficulty with relationships oya koda okosku a trouble
de bi oni nkrofo ayaka
bi obefe bia ida se wayaka anase wakoburo biba anase wakokantokwa wakwakwhwe ase oni teacher for pre se tam bia ne ho asem school anase adwumam ha nso so a unhu de oye bisa nti next one so be need for instant gratification and no hia pa oya de kitiwa bi mawa
opa akatua pa
right away o se wotua nika nso so ebia no ntisa o mfe nti na se nyama bebre nam na dwem se ebia me de akwa o meja no kwa o mfi me nti bibi keso be bia no ogina ketua no nso so wo pa ketua firi nchen a obebre pa se wa ho adiketua bi na obeka kire okura mpo a na se opadi obenya afimansa waka anase o ma bibia de obenya afimansa na se ono ni interest nkwa na ohwehwe
na yehwe reward no betumi aye bia wo no cast thank you and obo na baso instant reward no wo pen reward no betumi aba say oye bibi kito ma opesa wo danase
okay ebia so ye boss anase ukuna first na bia no ntisa na moye you have a mutual relationship woni no ase woni wonua bi neti in fact suddenly wadane boss bibi kito bia say opa ne chew anso ya reward o po obi chew no ono so fi say reward o bibi kito bia o say wodanase bibi kito bia o say okofa bibi de behim anan anase umo obi gina mma no opeso hu de obenya ansa na waye bibi ama suddenly wasesa eno so na say sa disorder eno so wa around yeah
yo ene ye oka psychologists
okay
and a psychiatrist
psychologist ne psychiatrist
ensunsuye wo mu ana ni mienu no ya na ye pe ensunsuye wo mu a ye hunu se de sitie psychiatrist and psychologist
peze na de o do so me pa
ye pese huru ye left to right ye left to right na ochina bi no
okay okay meka se maka se psychologist no no psychiatrist maka na sema actual psychiatrist no ono oye doctor te say miu ofi ho no osanso kosua ade biem na no adwemu how pa no no kosua ye enipa hunkuta hodie no okokosua ye nti ono no otumi tworo eduro oba ne wadi nkomo etie de ayew na mfe wa tworo eduro but psychologist no ono no ne ye no aye more of talking talk therapy ono bedi nkomo obeye investigation obenunu nsemu obebisa obeye test test no questionnaire or the questionnaire ne beto wa ene no omde ye diagnosis o ebia personality disorder won ho test ebia okwa ware ompese omu home of origin baby efia na ofim nti eno no ebeda ne bi adi
nti so na ye fa so etenetene wo
so your counselor na opese o ye counseling na say we hu baby a ofi ba nti na onso hu de on pa kono so fi ba se na ebe ya obehu de ebe haw ne de ebe hawe na wakam abom se na ebe ya obe kire nti me no te wa na me ya we kura am say efi baby na eba nti metiase na o kire so a o so betiase na wa correct se na ebe ya unde na dide bia wa aware enum ana se adwuma mu a and say obi o personality disorder nemfe I had trouble omo no mutrase a ombedi nkoma mfe obekire no se na onye se na be ya tambia na oni trouble into one the psychiatrists and the medical doctors psychiatrist is a medical doctor but the psychologist he is not a medical doctor no okobo degree no asanso akobo PhD obetumi abo degree nkoa no akoye masters ni nyina na o level ebi obeye lay psychologist obeye parapsychologist no obeye professional na say wabo PhD ebi oye adwuma hospital on psychiatrist free no mo ye adwuma ndu kwa obo say anytime bia no mo do ko ba bia ombechi wato am wadura no mbo wo panio omma wo oni obi su ko di nkomo omo no di nkomo saa no omo kire dia obeye ebi okro obenya information bi no ode ama psychiatrist no no wate ase nie nti a usuban konisa
no psychologist we dey pa cha wode nano the kasa
psychologist no
no de be kire de obeya
talk therapy on chredro because on call medical school da on chredro but obeya tests na on wedding komana aboa mo wadwen asesa aha
na ohun ato
yes
wow Dr. Anthony Appiah could be managing director Frida Tony Executive Clinic obi ye ni amba ye hunu said ye esipa anti yemre no ya so ntini nyina mu no futu a wode be maye no bone tofa maye me say we so for nso o ye medical doctor yes a back counselor ni ayi ni nyina no a nti u kan nyina abomu a na futu
nti nyame adum nti me ye osofu I mean ordained minister yeah we Fountain Gate Chapel me sanso ye a lay counselor makohu school ma nkwa ye psychiatrist
no
because me a doctor nti just for interest na bese me de you know me de boa because onipa hoi oye honam na oye honhom na oye sunsum and as a spirit soul and body nti pastor no spirit doctor no your body na psychologist and as a counselor no ono so odi adwene na ye soul nti ne miense nyina nti sa memeti consulting room na se obase ya inye doctor ndro no kwa na me de ye adwuma ebu ho kura metumi ne odi nkomo like a pastor ebu ho metumi ne odi nkomo like a counselor ebu ho so a na say doctor adwuma no ana o say me here because we here dra near the amount inye nkrofo nyina no mba omu here dro obu ho ne kasa o say oh doc meno kasa wie no asem yare no kura no ekọ asem hia duro ana asem me ameka se sesi an me hwe kura ye test ni ade nyina no mi hu bibia potisa how nti ebia ye ntwentwen duro no so kakra ne ye hwe se nkomo a yedi ebeboa wa koye we aduane die mu sesan we bohu no ampa no onhia duro nti sesi a unim se unhia brain surgery dia na woko neurosurgeon ho unhia se ebia utita ya omu hu de kwa obekọ neurologist ho ona ya omde niam bituatua otiri ho na omu check ompeso omu hu se eden na ewo otiri no mu pompo bia bow ana se eden se pompo dia ebia obehia neurosurgeon dan ye pompo dia na se eye stroke ni ade a eno so omo a betumi ombekire psychiatrist already or a doctor abro so kura stress ni ade anoko down na yedu kodu hospital den dia on the obema waduro na psychologist no on the obeni wadi nkotan ebia wakono ndubone ni ade obeni watena ho adi nkoma no
and I will be free
bereavement yes ono so beni wakasa na ayeroho ni ade ni nyina eno so ono wadi ho nkoma na aboa nti yanum de meme ye doctor nti uba so usually unsori prekope na unko we ho doctors na ye refer nti bibi hian na uba ye no di nkomo na mehu se ebia obehia psychologist mama wako psychologist wo some uhia psychiatrist mema tro referral ba obekwa akwa fa family medicine ansana se konfa no china akwa obedi nka akwa family medicine ansana watu waso akwa ana se me tro letter ni direct dia na some je doctor ebia obekọ street se psychiatry issues so a enso ye tro udu konfa no chia omdo obekọ family medicine na omoso aboso na odekọ na omajo ato ho
yeda senti se ohawa kire so obi bia frim minimum obi a o se me wo migraine wa soro bene aye ne be 20 years ni odinam na wiki ya na mhia obi no oka odinam kam no to nuru saa eno so woni ba bia ode befa
eno no de bekọ
neurologist
ho ebekọ akwakodu no ho no ohun de how de na se behia surgery and there ebekọ neurosurgeon ho
yo enti doctor for contact etudwa doctor na na obekere se bibia honhono wa enye cancer ebi wade bia si unse achi okon achi oba bi eda ho ya na eye kese lipoma no doctor etu he na bi wo so a ofra e don so nyina doctor mpacho for contact to Jama
yo PSC me das me din de Dr. Anthony Apiakubi me managing director wo Freda Tony Executive Clinic yewo asokwa Top Martin abro sign no emua ne yewo oho na Motimaha restaurant no wo oho na njuma bebre wo ye ben interchange ne ho pe na me number ne ye 054 899 7419
7419
054 899 7419 Oba ye beje wo feso dodo ye be kire oba bia obekoso so se esese ye refe wa bibia ye be no kama ama
Edase pa anti doctor de psychotherapy ne counselor ne nyina kekabom ne bible nyame asem ne nyina eboa o kekabom a ne se wo se wo pane so a obeye ne fe wo to nyina kama na bibia ye kama doctor thanks for coming yedase se obaye
thank you very much for inviting me to
yedase mi so bi di edps lade ye change over me move over Kwesi Parker Wilson be take over or dem cross over OBT agenda de mo hye na desafi ene no deba encantadios adios
Yema Munina Akwa baby Edinburgh or a party with that. Paul, let me introduce him first. I mean, I'm needing come what is here. Paul Kwabna Yando or MPP Director of Communications at Washington region. Well, no, and that a year party no when it comes to communication or no, and the training bebuno, omonko radio show, omonko TV show, na omonko kasama a year NPP amoyoko no. Omodia GDA say yame yadoma 2024 December election this Ghana for in Abetoba no and the His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bami and Paul what have and now I'll introduce officially to you and I pay then I became Akwa we do OBT agenda that is our probably first time agenda that is Nabema Akua any PSC for Ghana to say any health and lifestyle segment on the show within the Kwesi Parker Wilson or Facebook app or your part live on Facebook like a page, or comment go home, but kind in the amount. So I said, if you're full lunch in the Swana Fay, I'm out Quenya, I want to offer now watch what now, of course, I don't pay the registration exercise in the air COSO, NPP, NANDC. The EC is not happy with how NPP and NDC are conducting themselves. If I catch a police for say, I want you to trust them a year registration centers. Because you wonder, it didn't choke a care. Like what an SMP, National Peace Council, Jane and Omoka Fahon, and they are pay. Let me just do a quick interview now for member studio. The national, and I said the executive secretary at the National Peace Council, George Amo, Ewo Ahmanoso. Mr. Mwakwa no pay. Great. Now, Mr. Mo, wait there, quick one. We be able to there.
Yeah, me the chair. Yeah, one day we go. We be able to.
Me tell one can chair, but you don't. You go pass the other thing.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Mo, what's me? Great. Mr. Mo, Peace Council. More on the chair a year registration exercise. You know, from mo end. Are you satisfied, impressed, happy with the CBI registration or ECO?
Okay, but that's the I'm say regional offices all the regions, specific regions, you know. I go show share the custom registration the custom. You know, the Peace Council has a mandate. The mandate, you know, to facilitate and develop mechanisms to prevent, manage, and resolve conflicts.
Right.
And then maybe to say, your friends, voter registration. No. If we have our mandate in that regard, now, say, yeah, maybe Bebuama, Tokwane, similar in the BNC. And you know, what we do is to observe and we'll do what we call the monitoring. We monitor if there is an early warning issues there, but permitting us a registration one. And the benefits and so be our battery betunuswa. The Peace Council draw attention to the respective institutions. Say police are draw my attention at electoral commissioner near Choma Green Agency. Near Shema name and as I speak to you, all our regional offices are carefully monitoring. You one or two issues be I did say
you know what are the one or two issues now what can and then early warning signs now what are they specifics, Mr. Mo?
Yes, I would say you see a do friends a do Ashanti region honorable.
Yeah.
The report that I received and resulting in the arrest, there's the offense, interdiction of some police personnel. I would say your office are not the report about near say from so you go sure you're chimping for Agenaso. I would say Collins out that and so you follow up your officer war you have so you won't bona so but generally you see we have a whole country. I mean hundreds of polling areas register. And out of that, we are human institutions. You can't take out issues like what has happened at all. We anticipate them. Until I'm institutions like the police and generally, for me as a person, I'm very satisfied with what is going on. We just have to ensure the aberration be containing
because also you are satisfied. I mean, the argument is that registration is a prelude and as a litmus test to the main election. Na edin jokeke ena ye bon kontibane adiadi na kama election name. And also you are satisfied, Mr. Amo, National Peace Council.
Oh yes, I'm very satisfied. You see, Minia, wouldn't could be I mean, conflictual issues are part of human life. So, neba acquire a fast and not never say or minor and as a society no a be resilient and as a resilient. And generally, I'm something how many areas Naba out of about 42, for instance, 44 how many stations in the assembly? And to be fair, you can't say if out of about 45 or 44 but be now the whole process it doesn't give us hope, right? I don't think so.
I see.
And how the security agency reacted, I think immediately a security reacted. We may not be satisfied with their reaction, but we have to straighten up and maybe straighten up. And I think generally Mama push for the good of the whole process. Now, baby, I'm trying and that is exactly what the Peace Council.
Now, Mr. Amo, before this exercise, we engage MPP and NDC to conduct themselves very well, Anna. Because that's what be any
specifically a registration way.
We engage you.
We have been engaging the parties way ahead of this exercise. A few we share party meeting about I think on 3 occasions this year. This year, share no can we mo kaho kwaya befaso na ye betwe ye ho fi ntokwane ne ade in a friend saying we have been engaging the political party.
Just say they are not listening to the Peace Council. So we engage you more and an air course you when they just said they are not listening to the Peace Council.
No, I'm a background no fee. Uba. Let me say one crowd of fee. Who can some children? Sometimes not deliberate, sometimes out of provocation. We have different ways of coping with life issues. And say, Wuka, Nasa, Ibio, Asemanya, I say, what Pin Panagin and that is why we are humans.
I see.
And then just say, a Omunti Peace Council, as a Mijidise. A political parties who meet
what share near Kosia? A man finds specific fear. Say, there could be a spillover, and I say, and nobody could do more to the main election. I did in Tokane, Basabasaya Beba. Peace Council, we are much.
Oh, being cast a Peace Council, but as in my own assessment, my say you may I think we are not too. What is happening? The process is leading to the next election. They are not too different from what we have witnessed, at least since the Fourth Republic. Probably better environment is created, and we are working towards a peaceful elections. And can't care ban say in Peninfua, your my institutions are set up, including more media for yemwa na enemy being pay ya yen chimping for green just them na near saying na ye because you see for us to have a peaceful elections it doesn't only come from the election management body and relevant institutions. It comes from the people as well.
Okay.
Many will your contribution. Yes, some are better. So a political parties now more contest for a positions in the sort of money. It's a combined way in a particular result. Intino say a expectation in our question a bakwa and what every Ghanaian citizen and even those friends who are here in this country have a contribution to make to ensure it's mania abattoir a best so be na yebejatum na abema minus sumdweno won touch maybe and no them say
can you assure us say I mean right can you assure us say although basabasa ka Kwesi registration no ejuma mo beye no beboa ama election no are very peaceful because some of the people have expressed serious concern say when you share ya starting a December.
Oh, member is it a nipa the be America say nipa and you know I hear they say and that is why institutions now they see who are peace council accounts they say upia in the juma should be pre ours is to use the soft approaches to prevent conflicts. The first mandate, the second is to manage them when they come up. And if we are able to resolve them, we praise God. You know, as a police force, so I think the IGP has gone off, met him on several fora, or tried to explain to Ghanaians what we should all be expecting from the police service. And I think they are on course. And when they see a police for more year, we know why interdict. I think it's in the right direction. Sebio politician be obey we saw a bit me emphasize or war being command when you find a bit matching na yama on so yin sembiano ya boani nano I think they are in the right direction. Yam commended those things in so more the electoral commission so or ye bibida say bia yen twuma dwunjira so yes what yen praise where the praise is due. Yes anema then we are building a resilient country and I'm not sure elections would divide us. It shouldn't divide us. Ghana, you've come too long. I mean, I'm saying, one can say, Ghana, you bet me, distribute until the signs will come. The small and sometimes unexpected events like what has happened will come. And when they come, they should not. And yes, sir, be a bit, and I can say, oh, about to know a bit, tabi. Nemono kaka yense yemma yenhihye mu yedi ama tanema no amamba say abatwa ye bekoto.
Mr. Jamo, that's another pay for your thought this morning on the registration exercise at National Peace Council say I mean we shouldn't worry cry though basabasa ka kan ho de but the process largely has been okay. So once again Mr. Jamo the better say Executive Secretary at the National Peace Council. Now, the person of Paul Kwabna Yando, Ashanti Region, Ubaha, NPP Director of Communication, or no, and Dano, and so on, ADSA position. Paul, I'm officially back to the show. Great. And then our very own, Asafo NDC, National Communication Team member, and they are not pay. Ebusia, Sefa Jakwaba.
Mejo Suminia.
Bia the India.
Oh, Kediam Pandaroma.
The Damiasi. Where dear, Tandra, it didn't come to just for clarity about His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and some more kind about churches and but the clarification about is important. Say and then again, Bekaya students no bisa Bawumia say alawano wo hin no. His Excellency say alawano one finance minister kasa I'm here Thursday on Sabeka on Malawa change videos in the we are bus studio that way nkombe wo bia na edi na
and we have been able to decide on what to do. So come Thursday, this Thursday, Minister of Finance has sent me a message which says that on Thursday the Controller and Accountant General is going to transfer 177 million Ghana cedis transfer this money to the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Health will then transfer it to the nursing trainees and across the country. So I believe that for sure, inshallah, by next week, all of you will be experiencing the teacher and nursing trainee allowances, dropping in your accounts. So it is possible. It is possible. We are a government that is interested in solving problems. You know, my major opponent in this election, he cancelled nursing training allowance.
I also want to have a golden age of a relationship between government and the church and faith-based organizations. I believe, and I said this the other day when I was, I think, in Bono region or so, when I met the clergy, I said that the church is the foremost development partner of government. Is the foremost development partner of government. The church and faith-based organizations. Why do I say so? You look at the number of schools the churches have built. Look at the number of hospitals the churches have built. Look at the number of universities the churches have built and the faith-based organizations have built. Look at the number of people the churches and faith-based organizations take care of on a daily basis. Can you imagine, just take a thought for a moment, that you wake up tomorrow and all the schools, universities and hospitals the churches have built disappear. They just disappear. How would Ghana be like? Ghana will collapse, isn't it? We will not survive in this sort of situation because there will be chaos. You see, so at that point I was joking, and I said, people are talking about taxing churches. I don't believe, and we will not tax churches, because if you look at the work the churches have done, then I was joking, then maybe we should have actually paid them for what they did, not really trying to tax them. But I wasn't really saying we should pay churches. No, I'm saying that we should give incentives to churches to do more. When we talk about our external development partners, we are giving them all sorts of import exemptions. But when we talk about our internal development partners like the churches or faith-based institutions, we don't give them any exemptions. But they do more in terms of development than many of our external development partners. So I'm saying that we should do more in the area of incentives, such as tax exemptions on import duties when you are coming in to build hospitals or schools and so on, to support the churches and the other faith-based organizations, because they are supporting government. And that is why I made that point. And I want that relationship, I call it a golden age, between the church and the state, because the church has so many intellectuals, and we need to get closer across the faith-based organizations and so on, and we can speak a lot about values in our society, the lack of which causes us problems. And we can start discussing these right from primary school and so on. And so that's the sort of relationship I want us to have with the church.
All right, so for that's the clarity you're saying now. Oh dear, grow. I broadcast say, insurance no ebeti omo kan na e abu keke no di ba wo hwe dwuma mo aye ne ade na o say ti me boa mo the mo tax incentive then alawa no nursing trainees can want some so hand out, so just for the clarity or say Thursday mbe cash out, you know. That is the information for you this morning. Paul, any just 2 minutes on Obeso commenting on that, and I say you move on. Hey, of course, I mean, yeah, of course, it's I remember for Jesus.
You, Medasi, na Mechia, the regional minister, Urasa Mosemensa, na Mincha Bernard and Chibusiako, Chema won to me, Chema Obedi, Kunimdi Kwana, Abba Party Nafa, 2016 and Sakabi, 2020 so, Yansati Makabi, na 2024 Isuso, Dr. Mahmudu Baumia de campaign no Ashanensa. Tieni muse obesa man kunimdi ayede aminche omunyane regional executives na communicators so minche omo na no pay in fact dwumadie no omo na edie me dem just 1% na meti hey other stations nyina they are there working tirelessly nti mebo mabaso na no na minche minu asafo je na ase wa edi minim de ha no
why did you say so abase afina asheshona
wasi ni traces but enyahwe minchia oni producer so mo bo modern papa na asema ye vip Dr. Mahmudu Baumia digitalization man papa wa mo na hu ne say wiase mu aye ba ye na NDC for kan ne say waja economics na ewo so ye na economy no nsem na wo ye digitalization no ye nyina na ya tiase say and the house number away your fee, never bobo your fee na. Oh, S11 blockade, ni one now bogu phones when coffee. But a nay, the bohus is saying, oh, ba, it may be to me, baby, and I yes, and Anti-Aboma delivery system, no, at Timacoso. Oh, cast will be fabi bimbo, cause oh, shall down who number never on send mammy. O send man what to one pano dia panti abuama and she share akoso na some more kind no na yina wo say buana ye tumunchene na obia no hu ne say Dr. Mahmudu Baumia president na obedie no in fact one or a very serious person
okay
otia say why na adwen say o steady the terrain ene enyeman kasa Ghana for ye etwa ye hu ahia ni ha wo besi ama digitalization ne niswade hunu ebe wuromu na di development kese abrayen jo uti asem okan ya wose foremost wose ye ka development partners churches near for nature say wo mkwa na di kan ewo eniema
almost schools almost hospitals
eniema chese enie so anya we makali school ya na ye
makali school maybe
kokali satan na ban no say no wesi wo ho what you say ansa na ba friend say universities any hospital kwa de minua ye nka ho asem aban facility betima ko strike ba uko faith based hospitals ye nko strike ho because every month there's something we call mission allowance, and so those people proposing say ye taxi churches no Dr. Baumia so no de ohun ne sa
mama can the same thing.
What saying?
Mama should say
we
shouldn't charge it. Oh, the yes, of course.
Let's
not reduce of God. or Eastern region or can say or also as an assembly of board member on supported taxes.
Sorry, the American say you are sorry cough and a war more what J religion and Casa Eddie Dr. Baumia Bompire 5 times a day. I just own yami closeness no and so. If we are so the won't born yamia, and you did well a real year. Drum Hammer, I just will pay vote. I send me who say Wakobako. Dr. Mahmoud
only Johaman. So that comment David
the American say or 31st night or church is bare 5. Asana diache. Aside that, we call rounds to be an as rounds here, okay. We share software, no, I say share traditional leaders. What we said, your mama could share software. It's that me can't, yeah, not massive because you will be a jubilee. It's not some more kind, you know. I was saying, na so muse. I sorry, no, Juma, 1 more year, Boagana, no. Dear a sumbo. It's no dear, he doesn't believe in say, yen yewe. But dear Bakwa was a common as Thomas Komaswa. My J. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Mukasi and say, or say, foreign development partners in Ukraine. Or more mobile so Musso Mamun near Mao, but yet much than the local one. When himself, me one university, me final year project. It was a catalog of tourist sites in Ghana.
Okay.
They believe in it, say, we say, you try say, abroche for ba. Na, omune ko sa kakumune wine. Ntienu ne ma yenyeska. But who call Ghana tourism? Unim say local tourism ne ma yenyeska. Unim baby free. We say what school mono JSS ne primary no. Excursion.
Yeah, excursion.
And yet that time university no friend trip. Yeah, excursion.
Yeah, need a trip.
What I say me can say me say de me ba Kumasi airport. Many J na nya asem ge we dem go zoo. Many J papa. Eti ye hu ne say sa internal tourism no. See yetimi developing ye. Na ye de sa tourism feeling no sha colonium from excursion you know. What you say? Now, who pictures near the Adina? A bebwama, Danny Daniel, he'll be
the point about me. Just a second, Master of Jesus.
They make a young man.
They be said by me,
they make come and say, internal, ye share ye consolidating here. A bebwa saying Danny Daniel.
Sorry, as a any preliminary comment on the videos na share?
Mamin chair, Namin chair, I refer.
Right.
Na me fanchi PC infama NDC for edikan on the sorry for I bet taxi o man I taxi
was set to records in the streets
omo amende the Internal Revenue Act no, so I cannot speak on authority, but as far as I'm concerned Act 592 na ne order dan Internal Revenue Act no. Now section 94 was clear express saying taxi sorry for
true,
and as I know me who say amen they say taxi sorry for so the sorry for taxi woman by law and you be na betimi ada sorry aka say and the taxi sorry for na yen taxi woman so sa no man cry wura politics no yen film
but John Mama kebi
and na make say so what I'm saying is say a person a amendment here which will have to go to parliament.
Okay.
So any one president about the parliament of Ghana, the people of Ghana and a reservists are right to decide say yen taxi sorry and I mean taxi.
Yeah, I get your point.
So let's not even politicize it.
Okay.
Just like when Baumia lied, say Omunya Konya before 2016, and you can check. No, say they were not going to tax pensioners. Okay. Meanwhile, it is clear in the constitution.
They don't tax pensioners.
And tax pensioner a provisional. So yeah, and they even entrenched. I also go through referendum. Okay. So not on him say or constitution, but just or promising he was on a promising spree and he was saying yeah tax pensioners. Meanwhile, again by law in the 1992 constitution you can't tax pensioners.
Okay.
I am the son who say he was only joking.
There was no diagram.
Yeah, there be now bro for Casa and mood. Was he was joking?
They say joking.
Sad deal we all kind of crash. A new say Magana for taking it serious.
Oh, how?
What could not clergy for him? on a serious platform like that. Now, oh, catch your so yeah, I'm out for coalition, Kayamendi and Mran and taxi churches, but I'm of a different opinion. Simplicity. You see, me as a communicator, the way I'm conducting is different when I hold a ministerial position, or I'm a CEO, or maybe I'm a chief executive.
Hey, position no more channel.
Meaning that what you do, what am I saying? Ain't you know? Yes, I send me why a fataqualano. I send me why a fatapeniano. Tiwi a penny and yen sebiana can take a penny would be matemante. They make a what you say. Say Paul and the could not sorry for the Nina no MC and I the process of cancer, a bit me the achem. But Obia, Ope a community. Now could you know because and Kaya crowd saying Kaya you 2 years come out sorry for now. There is something in your subconscious.
No, but you see, he's making the point. But don't belabor the point. But don't belabor the point. He acknowledged the contribution.
No problem.
The huge contribution from the church.
Me call St. James Junior High School. I was nyani. Obi oni me bia. Me call rapid kakra na finally me could be St. James. Ekali school na mkoye. What you say? And your Dr. Baumian in 2024 obe traying and faswa yenya free. Sorry, you know. Schools be or Ghana. Any dear and sorry dear.
Yeah.
Look at the number of them.
Of course, that's a St. John.
And I make a free way near Babe who are sorry contribution. The only problem, as I say, encounter a geba. Sawa Manchester is your Mabaya or Mutunton, no money, and I did the call. But say a authority churches I know Mutiada or Mubuami or my Tumpo. These calls, none can buy that memoir. One Manchester is here buyer, wait on Sobolo, wait on oil, wait on way, see one Musu in Sebebri, and I may be moving. They are making so much money said that. And they said they are either to SARS 1 grand debate in an aqua boss and taxi churches. Hey, meaning the one point on the clarity sake.
Let's respect the viewers. It's to say the other person is personal. Does that conform misinterpreted or misrepresented your kind? It is important for the clout.
We should rather be giving them incentives. He said it in English in Timis now.
Incentives
said you should maybe rather pay them and not say give them incentives. Okay, land in just a minute, Mamma. Okay, Mati.
My way not because my percent was, but my way on the point say the casa minimum. Oh, yes, show never disruptive. Mempesa.
And you also promises of a kind of crack.
How? What kind of are you the person? You see this kind of free
I would check.
What you said John Mahama Crano.
Exactly.
And you're sorry that I'm not here.
See, these are let him understand. Paul, it's let's not do this to our viewers. Mesre. Hey, I'm for sending message baby right now. I can say it's a mesre. Say, you might pay the respect that they need. Almost some argument. Almost some as a argument. Let's end it. 200. You can't establish that. So let's not go there. Let's not go there. So for a year, Manson Quanta parliamentary candidate, and this one we'll do briefly. Then we'll go into the main conversation. Yamano appointment. In fact, the appointments took effect and so head National Investment Bank, that is NIB. Akua Asieduaa, and I'll start with Asafo J because the NDC are raising serious concerns about it. Asafo J, I'm appointing a man who is qualified for the position. So what's checking about Ghana or even Barclays Bank, rose to become the vice president of the Barclays Bank Ghana. I know a deputy NIB boss. He said the boss of correct time and I said about turning him say or say the police in the manner. Why is the NDC protesting?
Bible say you are doing now quite and you need an answer for time.
With you.
Akua Asieduaa had destroyed the very tenets of our.
I don't know if our president answers.
Jabuche Paul.
What you say? Share we first time Akua Asieduaa you seen. On the appointment of Apia.
Yeah, I get to that.
Known MPP communicator. I would di Mahama attempt with TV so radio so sa. Why express it clearly? Say NDC aban dia omasem. And that abanya or no ope omasem Nanado danko Akua Asieduaa aban. Meboa ka chem say meboa.
Of course, we've seen the videos.
Nanado threw conscience to the gutters and to the dogs and appointed him as a deputy director.
He's qualified.
Well, time and now
professional.
Time and see how unfairly you and some other Ghanaians have treated the Mahama administration. When you accuse the Mahama administration of practicing family and friends, apart from Joyce Bauer, tell me one other family member. Joyce Bauer, the player, Busuatin say, extended family. Tell me, Nipa Bakua no wa by one no Mahama Busiani. Tell me one. Just a Mahama de Onyenipa. Mahama de or you turn into Moja Blue ni free ni Muba. So Mahama Busiani doesn't deserve to work in government when he is president. Ibrahim Mahama ni an appointment. Don't get an appointment. As you look at the hula baloo, say Ibrahim Muya contractor, even Odo River no so dredge for free. Look at the noise people made today. Odo na and sit down. Also or dredge for free engineers and planners.
Yeah.
Just because Niniane Mahama we yesire minti Ghana for yam pray. I am pray ampa yam pray and Odo anyene ne say so to settle that so flat. Meboa.
No, of course, I mean it's true.
You see, Ghanaians and make us say Ghana phone, but Ghana phone be more no motia were unfair to Mahama. Me say apart from Joyce Bauer, Chireme as we Akua Asieduaa buy ye counting ye now over 50. You were at a press conference. Over 50. Ninya we yire eye border you ha we maame eye you ha nen sew num Dr. Bawumia mu nyina age omo de if people don't know.
Yeah.
Dr. Bawumia mu nyina age omo de ne yire mu nyina ne yire papa ya ambassador.
Yeah.
Ninya wo Nadu Abu Ramadan.
Of course, deputy. Wadamfo no.
Yes. What you say? Omadeje Gabi yire wa ha asante bedi etuo yire nanse hoping allegations or yeah want. Or say time almost started say airport VVIP or mobile bay no commercial no matime ready sikanana asante bedi etuo terminating the contract. And then Nigeria ni ebe say ho alai.
Oh no the kind.
What the foreign and ebe head ye VVIP. Look at the security nature of the VVIP.
It's not back to the LLB.
So member. So apia hene. Obi o conscience bia be catch say. And found qualification okra. Just because of how what demonstrating the political biases and how conducting who publicly anka ye yinis in China kebeboa. As we speak, and this is very apprehensive because one Jane Mensa conduct no yenini and all the appear hina ko kan do the registration here normal mistrust and normal ecos. Now I wanted to even touch on this council interview about them. What you say? NIB a bank aban there.
Yeah.
When said the mere appointment of this parliamentary candidate. Na say enya Yewura Johnson Asiedu Nkatia na Mahama mo na wo opepa na odobi de ma o man Ghana. Na ye one press conference. Say papa no e dey na kwotena no. The motive is that omo person will raise sika e dey coin campaign. To wa we this ni bia go and withdraw your money. The bank will collapse the next day.
Collapse.
The bank will collapse the next day.
Collapse. That's true. That's very true.
The bank will collapse the next day.
Because banks the banks will collapse. That's very
Yenka say any area say obi anu ye neutral. Because sebe me aduane amebeto wo me ma mebochia so e na midi. De eso wa meto no uchi. Enti say bia me we praku. Na bia ukosia ye nua SDA ni bi ana kosia ye nua bi onu chiri praku a na say oh ye debate about Preku Namwa. Of course my biases will show will manifest in my debate. And to Obian wa or a neutral issue about neutrality, I don't believe it. Obia one biases, everyone in your politics, but or kasa based on entity and a background crown a be influence in adwin. And in law, you have be jurisprudence. What you say? How judge be how odwene how on the inclinations near the ade any ade. Enunti na me di kaka say ye wade nyina ho kwan, but enye ni nyina ne fatai. Why? Kwabena ye boa writer. Only airport for boards or board. Me until na say na me hu so or board so airport. One say obi akasa afa. So ye the sports or ye the sports. Of course, somebody can say onye MPP ni anka enye likely say obenya appointment. But do you have evidence? Who evidence that writer MPP ni ana? And publicly how about conducting on was show open biases. Show open bias. Exactly my point. Bank of Ghana addition into way. Obia can say addition is likely to be MPP. Yes, I have a position name or no. But do you have evidence that Addison is engaged in active politics? Meaning so what you say? Afarija was appointed under Rollins. Yeah, Afarija buy somebody could have said Afarija. ANDC needs Rollins and then they buy. But Obaye, under the fourth Republican dispensation, MPP, we need 2 elections under Afarija. NDC, we need 2 elections under Afarija. Yakoko far, Charlotte Osebaye, we lost. MPP won, but Obaye, the same politicization, ye na free ho, ye the Jane Mensamba. All that I'm saying is say, Akufo-Addo, ensuro nyame kakra. Omo ye democracy no ban kakra. Dia wuye a obi aye ho senye do mahama na aye na dwen se ono no ba oba bio no obaye nyuma papa be fa Ghana si ba bi papa be jadin papa e wo ho na wakwa na so kokonya obi a Ghana na kuma so what is going to happen otire bi no ye be appoint Asafo Ajay as the chairman of the electoral commission dia na obeka. Today we have old men, some 70 65 70 something as members of the Council of State. NDC officially wrote to the Council of State say, Papa Piahini, Council of State, Mona Mutu Akufo-Addo for say, on for Piahini, my deputy director, Omsi Akin. Can you imagine? Also, Siafim.
As of I mean, finally on this, so what say the Doka, I mean, Chinobo Fokio, Aya point in the yard. What Jatum say yes, or your parliamentary, which we all know. Or see the candidate channel affecting the it will affect it. But yeah, why do you have a challenge still?
One. Oh yeah, even appointment we Yebemano official residence. Yebemano maybe a bodyguard. I don't know about him, but it's likely as an MD Obenya security. Obenya chef. When you know taxpayers' money near the Bemano. Obenya weekly fuel allowance. Are you telling me say on fact the car need being on the campaign? Say oh baby na when emergency say chief brand na boa don't know how was ultimate number because uncle affect
the juma.
You see affect in the juma as you know the mere fact I have to say quote unquote abuse of incumbency.
Okay,
as we speak Baumia is flag bearer.
Of course
he's supposed to run his campaign with his own money. But is that the case?
But do you know, say, is he running this campaign without no money? How do you know? You don't have an evidence. But how do you know, say?
See, Paka, Mube Boyen, I'm on my way, Ejina. Me, I said, I'm in MPP and this.
Meet you.
Mube Boyen, more fourth estate, Mube Boyen, on my way, Ejina, a bed Boyen. Now, maybe I'm in the case, say, more media. No, if you do what is right, politicians will set up whether MPP and DC.
Meet you.
Why do I say so? Are you telling me say convoy na and never umiade ko shi no together with state security ni na no e ba umiana personal money e normal we me no ye nim me any a friend abuse of incumbency me no ye nim ba umia che if yemfa omusupa delegates no kra anto nchen ye nyina hu so match 400 cities they had delegates of more than 200,000. That day, Baumia minimum one spend the crowd or spending over 80 million Ghana cedis or for the Christmas.
I see. Okay.
Maybe so or for the
so you're not in just a minute.
Obibeka said Joma so check 40 cedis. And also combine. Yes, 40 cedis. Is it right? Is it the best? Maybe
but for you, is it right? Is it the best?
No. Enuti na make say whether MPP NDC no ye wade bi wo wa ye ma president ni hu ni straight away say omampani ba bi a okeka kono eho etro because why anye ni sa very soon just like you hu COP mensem a na open politics or Ghana police no very soon Asieduaa can decide today to stay away from politics, go into Ghana Police Service, and the next time you see I've been appointed as the IGP. Now you appoint him as the IGP. Can my brother like me to say Poyando be safe under Asieduaa as IGP when I'm in charge of internal security going into a major elections?
I see.
And you will normally be and yet about or qualify. And yeah, about you may have fair.
So the point has been made say, "Oh, you mean now crime?"
Of course, and let me make this last point. He said, "The na working ya. Who raise the argument and now unqualified? Jay Kufoni na bush and form about degrees in the masters, any PhD in doctorate. How many people na na wo Jay Kufua by mo anom ye na bush and for Professor Mills? He was a professor for Christ's sake. You know Dr. Kadma Mills mo. Shena bush and for Marco School. How many of them na na wona by mo? Are you saying that your mama no ni niamo Marco School one penswa no betimi am appointment and that under the Fourth Republic e na Akufo do nko an na busuafo akọ school e chen Ghana for unko school wo paka unim de na unko school the over millions of Ghanaian unemployed graduates no unko school so they don't deserve it for
support. So you've heard the argument. I mean, and a lot of people, civil society organizations, Franklin Kujo, Bright Simmons, every critical consensus about good governance. About good governance, clearly, but they are conform, and every day for the good governance, a conform. Who know me again? I mean, I made that. Right.
The Enya Bosuma, Womo Moton Safre. See a metina. What I say? One president in Ubia, Utime Akufo, Nami be expected seminia, Obed directing, say, Yen man penino, president, say, ye did a boo. What I say, John Mama, what I say, sorry, say, your mama did a boo, what your mama did.
Do you respect your mama? 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 Daddy, he who wants equity must come with clean. Do you respect your mama?
Mama stating my point.
Master, obi ato ago ye na biu. Obi ato ago e na. Afedo mama ka se. Ni sabe nku be kire ni fie. Afedo mama ka se. What ye bod your mama din bi me me fa eyin so na na ku and let me also clarify this. Nana Edi Nana eda nipa so. It's a title. It's an attribute. Edi obi ka se Nana Akufo-Addo omo ni din.
O ka Nana Akufo-Addo aka Akufo-Addo. O ka Nana Akufo-Addo aka Akufo-Addo.
Deal with the substantive matter. Deal with the substantive matter.
Enti me point ni say ye mfa te say dia wo ka asem say ye wade nyina nyanya me susu me ka che ni say ye mfa nidie emma dia nidie dia nidie seno ye mfa ma no na mu media so mo show obi o classify no as four realm of the state, you know, who classify mu media so mu decide say we don't talk to people like that. What you say? Your BAMU platform is so eson. Enti here see a big boni nidie ebe ma de ese no. Minia. Ensemwa hopes ya doyaka. Minu mienu ye nkura fact no.
Se say mate ba menim fact.
Ye three fa nye basis.
Menim fact.
Enti wono na sem ene woka. Ene ensema nka ebeka se kwakwa ndewu aka as to president mu awuo ewo man mu no nke betimi de aka sempa. Fi say ye hu bi da. Say president ni nua ba abom pa ya ma no wonam kwa so okona papa ya wuma ye de ni pie maternity we awe ho sem kese nti mimi ni ehun evidence nti me nka bi mesre no now unim say ya me no wo kase je nana opoku ajeman professor or that's who UCC as lecturer.
I'm not too sure about that.
Me say me no kase say je nana opoku ajeman
Neighbor.
Jena na poku ajeman oda so trade o UCC
oye lecture because oye VC and we just
renew the lectureship contract.
I see. I don't know this.
Listen, we are central Niminia. It's there.
Of course, I'm working. We'll look into it.
It's there.
Me too.
What did you can I say? but enye ni nyina na obeka se odeye asem na waka every say ni pass esi aye ka na asem yi he's not yet an MP. Why MP say oh mama come asem me pacho ukọ manso hoye den kwanta
manso kwanta
ye ni MP wo
boy MP wo
he's just a candidate and by virtue of Najuma Muno position no aba ana look at ni profile NIB some time ago and the NDC era nearly collapsed when the na yi ni sika wo when the na yi ni sika wo ni eba esusu no ehimfo na aboama NIB adu baby adu e na ya akono my NIB sini now.
But if you look at the books earning from the experts, NIB is still struggling as a bank.
Struggling.
Yes.
But enkaya madian kegu.
I see.
Struggling. Give one say Ghana here struggle. But enka nya pipi abai na ba e de enka baby ya du de nem kaminu bienu kenti wiasimi. You continue to struggle. But when you put competent people in the helm of affairs here, Ebuama Shishepa Ekoso. Ibrahim Mahama, he was not appointed. But me no me no etia dance yes signing any contract both sides 85% of Ghana ye japade me no me no yeswa ye when any baby ye ka go down in baby go kade hwan obwas wuni ye na go exercise book bi achi exact book anamure feed me the meka mo
you
know obi anum say both side wo ho as you say say onkoye exploration wo ho because ewiane katasisa plain language ye pese ye ema ye busuafo nti na wo minister be ne benya sa 85% of both side no home fast wo eti ya man appointment na so so dia ye dey man no na esuchi nanko be the richest person in Africa. Ibrahim Mahama no any appointment to make a walk with Ibrahim. Okay. A walk with Ibrahim. So Jafwa Minia enya some Ghana ya so ne mamu na ya na he mu bi ya hye ye ho so etu fi say ye di na ne a walk with Ibrahim Mahama. Ko he so jane a police fu edi papa yachi. One single person, Ibrahim Mahama, extra 44 checks. When did they check ye at their port? Me come here and look at my new deeds. Is that me can't trust? Why did they check? Eddie clan near my port. Or the part that's in the car oil or person or this or the ship move back. Because the sunny oil and sun were bagana.
Oh, are you serious? Wait a minute.
You know,
or the car see.
Me see the car will use Ibrahim Mahama. Car will use say oh you no what's it? You know what cars? Yes, say oil no. Or no obviously sunny oil la. This was the car this shipping.
I think you don't have any evidence to say to this intimacy.
Me name ni so ben ka obewu say me the no ni nyina ebetro. The fact still remains to say e mane mbebo President Akua Asieduaa say wafa obi na nebusuani na ye adwuma or whatever minia ye were ministers Ashanti region ya fa wo mo ye wa napo President Akua Asieduaa busuani oye busuani
but the number of them are waiting above body
the American say as American say enti so obi person onye adwuma ye and whatever the fact say the President Akua Asieduaa fa busuani will not prevent anybody. Now, Ghana Police Service, you bet you now 25,000. And only baby you do. Almost 200,000.
Back to the issue.
Okay, the fire service. Fire service, 8,000. 8,000, now do 15,000.
Obe campaign, you have December. Sad December, Obe Jene Juma to about campaign. Even in the heat of the campaign, normally start from somewhere around October, November, December. That's the heat of the campaign. So Jano coffee fimu or baby Obejena Jumana to and that's the fact is that was the best
decision. The fact
more NIB is the only one who is qualified to become an MD.
Udru Ejumemwa Bacho Udru Ejumama a rank. What you say? Or no Nedru ni susisi. And he's acting. He has not been confirmed though. He's acting. Say Obeheso for that period. And it's a anuminias for the eka bibia na Ghana for you just say once you are a politician you don't work. You're so incompetent and say the bibia say is that what you are saying?
Or we know the man better.
No, not definitely will be better. Because he's going to be an MP. You better Abaswama.
I didn't see a phobia or be a successive plan.
I say
one only election be being in China crime. So there will be enough time to work and continue.
And I'm saying we cannot also prevent him. So no one eduma or ye no na adedru so yes he farmer because he's a politician. We cannot prevent him or do that to him like that.
I see.
What did they can say? Eti message say onipa ye ka ne ho asemi. Barclays Bank ni ade nyina no.
But of course I mean the concerns are that and I make say and I've said it here. If you look at the credentials, are professional credentials there. So, qualify for
excellent.
The job. No
what you say? And sana when your mama two way soon free home. Abu Ramadan no. I have one a day health insurance. You know, echo Supreme Court for interpretation. And Abu Ramadan.
Abu Ramadan.
And you obi busiani contribution or yeah. Ghana nyina di two more. What me bua me health insurance for one more register illegally every month nya credible register no enti na buy na bana ye mano nadmoa wrong one because of any bush any Gabi kama let my blood count for ya buneti up teneti bre moja ni wo yi na ti ba ye no I don't know other the man ka so yakufo ado
me who message no but men kan Jima me who message no men kan me amaka me men kan what TV no so K say Yembisa pause digital address you know the numbers you know does it have the so how does the digital house number brings down the US dollar which is selling this morning at about 15.1 Ghana cedis to the dollar. It will also say Yembisa pause
a global challenge.
A global challenge. Okay, yeah. That's the answer. But Jima hold the number 2 2 year mekan no e the amount time no copper ye. But let me do this quickly. I say great park government is all about the economy but now MPP can't talk about the economy. Paul you say MPP say monka economy BM was Bamia air campaign without talking about the economy or CEO when would this drivers make stop blah 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 that he's always joking always because of power. Okay. Mate Wefi Johnson Mensaho. Now me share the issue of the legacies. Now let me start with a year Paul. Now see conversation about
Nanka me pese me seti me Professor Kwabna, Professor Jane.
No, so customer let's respect
you made what ball Professor Jena na Opoku Ajimandi. Made a categorical assertion say Ochrade or UCC.
But you are confirmed.
Yes, okay. I've just spoken to his son.
Okay.
My sons were checking with UCC. On your lecture, you lied on TV.
Because as far as I know,
me say you lied on TV. Not a lecturer. It's not a lecturer.
It's not a lecture. Yeah, it's a university. And we know that when they get to the vice president, that's the highest level of the university academic university. It will be as a VC.
Yeah, you become.
Why would anybody think? Why would anybody think about the lecture at about the because we are vice chancellor of a university. When you then you go back to be a lecturer.
Renew the contract.
Renew contract when which year?
Which is not true.
Vice President
Vice Chancellor I was on call. Yeah. Who said that we have call? Paul.
And then answer koye letter. Man, ko renew the contract. Renew just UCC. I'm telling you.
Well, so we are checking. We are checking. Well, I don't pay there. Man, say me catch him say. Respective viewers, no. The viewers are not too happy what we are doing. Messages there, but no, they are not too happy. And they are mentioning your name. Udina Mobon Dodo. Dodo say you are being indisciplined on the show.
Me
and Udina Mobon Dodo say you are being indisciplined on the show. It's Messero, Paul Messero. Say your baby be a kama your viewers, no. But on Jinano Pokwajiman issue, no, I don't have the factually available for me. For here right now, it's in Messere. What UCC? I have a lot of lectures there. Messere, say moon check mommy. As a forget check, but of course, everyone was a vice chancellor. Now we never be lecture. It's a bit surprising. It's a bit surprising. The producers catch. I see that we can go on to the second topic. Time and on. I know so what I'll do is that 3 minutes each.
Very good.
It's young confess as I'm about post. No. Because of your conduct on the show. As I was meet you, it's make sure 3 minutes.
What I can
meet you.
And he say I would rather you that go the main topic in the day. Please. I would want to comment on the Peace Council matter. No, I'm
sorry, the 3 minutes. Why? Paul, what's the problem? Yeah, interview. Interview. Let him be. Topic. We are not we are not a different topic. Remember? Yeah, related to the conversation, Mati.
TV back no course na amoano che oka say
mitio
TV back no course
oka undi pack mitio oka say Ibrahim de cars eko
about 3 minutes on timiti
no problem o say Ibrahim de cars eko abrochire eko sebese no kre o sebese ne cars papa no brabus no na via sa podcast na nyamo trenya on change oil o service cars no
okay
o service o de good cargo plane mu na ekwa bruchiri nyame akira no wabobra obusuani ni Ibrahim no timi to luxury cars papa won private jet no be won private jet o service ne car wa bruchira mama Ibrahim openly say o making sika under former president Kofo Meboa
yeah
wa ban MPP administration 1 amamuo enema Ibrahim nya sika nye nasem cars na ode kwa abrochiri na ne nua nya president o eye na nsen okay won Kennedy Japan made those allegations Kennedy netra TV so adon TV ekeka say Ibrahim de ne ka ko service wo Germany won tiase ma Ibrahim so kra reply say in kraman no sniffer dogs na airport na scratch car no o rafi enti ano de nyame ahira Ibrahim ama nyame ahira no takwa go fields Ibrahim engineers and planners na etu ana wunim Oma subcontractor my Ibrahim engineers and planners is not only working in Ghana Abu Yaduma wa Angola Canada all over Ibrahim abobra enti Canadian government no so Ibrahim connection no ye no nya aduma Ibrahim abobra celebrate no or ti Ghana ni na enya ofekura say that even though it is not true enya ofese obehu say Ghana ni na ye the richest person in Africa Ibrahim tu Dangote ne meda nyame ase mekọ ho na ase asore ade na adwen boni ni adwen fi we
ebi ne kra wo no
what da ne koto obi pia akọ na ni ma na ye o ya odisia bi ni Ibrahim amanka wo mpe me say odisia ni Ibrahim metia makaga bi ase
David onye nipa
paka on record maboga bi me bo asanti bedi atodi me bo ga me so
in just a minute
asante bedi atu onye nipa
paka
mitio
enti ena yeti we military protection utimi kwaje utro na obi adibi 50 ebia na wunim ebia na wunim enti kona ko ready uko ready a obeti ase ene wuti we so utimi ma justifiable reasons the military
Martin na
me last point
wait 3 minutes
that we kasa ni dada we ba you see
you made the catch us what 3 minutes
Paka
then you chose to do
outside Paka uni
it's a report
Paka ti and meba topic are the fantastic. But Paul has ended up. What's a problem?
What distracting?
I know what distracted me, but I couldn't have used 3 minutes to talk about Dominic.
The 3 minutes, no so meka eniema akos Ashanti regional. A very monumental eniema. Pamso was ebe mu. Eye meni so what you say ene oba Kumasi airport ya
ejo mama na ye
modi ebeka
Paka ni
ya hume na ejo mama na hume
pa hu krata ni
won so be dey sami
ejo mama na ye airport jo mama na ye airport jo mama na ye
any poor minim na about
airport jo mama na ye
and the
me say we answer
what I wanna do
contract on chrome because my brabo boni amubo chrome waja woko bi anu na masan atu
for say when your problem we need glaucoma unten ho ade bebre ade we cha untimin kan ebe ma untimin kan mesre obeko St. Thomas Eye Hospital ombebo yi pa omi from Mondays to Fridays na Kumasi omo ahojo omone Champoma Towers and omo Champoma Towers that is the building of Absa Bank one or more it's okwa ahojo a na aka so pe Champoma Towers up omo Absa Bank one omo hwe the opposite Absa Bank na from one pay on 0537211531 0537211531 and 0538377521 0538377521 and 0246866580 0246866580. I mean for time like I should for because there's a lot of calls coming in and a text message and let me just activate the phone lines now. John Appel say, how can someone who has risen to the position of a vice chancellor and retired go back to the university for a contract as a lecturer? Well, hello, good morning. Good morning. Bacho Bonito, 30 seconds it you.
Okay, you hello, Mr. Faka. Na kumba kode.
Nyamiado me hoye Bonito mami.
Roma Father, Mr. Faka. Mr. Faka. Yen kanu kure fanchire ho. O man on te se ye ni pami you share you. O mo ba, sometimes the boy ye ka o mo ntiase. Enyema enko ye ne petrol ya tu. Central market project da ho. Enyema tete panta mo me na kono me na ne no me se no. O mo nyine wo no mo fese o. Say ya, oh ma me be ko opportunity say ya. Papuka MPP for mo nti. Me Roma Father de ne.
Mate, that's you know, every be ko position as of view. Hello, good morning. Oh, hello, good morning. Hello? Me pacho mo from Muntie mo why? Muntie Dale from the phone. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'm watching for everything.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Bache for everything.
But your friend Felix,
Bache it you.
Me pacho, every day I'm here show it. I am there. MPP ni na watu wana mo anytime you about you be show no me enjoy bien nti metro nye kasa tenten na solve so kasa tenten and solve petrol issue we abagane nti omo hwe na de ekoso no omo solve no mu ya kasa tenten pe na moye
Mate, so that's the feedback to Paul. I'm going next corner say hello, good morning.
Hi, Lasun Bienka.
Yeah, on count so about your first name.
Mr. Paul, Abuche, Obuati Adansi West. I'm going to help by his excellence John Zamani Mama. First lava taking Eke Obana, Joseph Zuma Kufumuntumano. Anokwa, MPP Nino, Ununu no free. And you all have no more full tank we and another Wubu, Ayama. And $1 and I'm saying. and then do come continue for and also will be fufu a so unko but talk about so kuta be handle na fufu ni wani wu nya oferi why would you to what
me ba cho mo fra makasa asem we say mo fra atem didie no we don't entertain that on this show ebia baby na so ko be die tema this show we don't do that. Oh, once again I apologize. Mama Condes cause hello good morning.
Na ke obi anitiso a mo mie ni mana kanitiso.
Hello. Oko peska akwa bontoma mitio.
Ofa. Paka. Uni avema ba kope opeska good mdobe timo pada so paka.
Mitio.
Paka. Mama for video so fancy modu. E ko mama communication director. I for from Nayando. Ma bona baso pa in fact or the I can say NDC no for school for NDC no clear condition and some people are okay. Paka e betre e amonya pe. So she me am communication director conduct. Now she a year. Obia hu clearly the also program na ya tafoje. Obia no sa tafoje and a year unruly. Esa ye a year program so this program. Na dem mama say who blame me communication director mom. Ke atafoje e kate ayi omukoyi o mind spoke yo mo bank free NIB bank ni begu me data for dey say omukoyi omutika free NIB no we say bank ni begu a o say Ibrahim Muhammad o say nyame extra no e so koyan pipi ni dia ka hey enya bone
Mate obeska medase just I'll pay just one more call. I'll pay just one more call and wrap up this morning. Hello. Yes, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
There's a much effort and everything.
Sama cha kasi bito manyi nkro.
Me ba cho mi jano pemenia.
Oh, nyamisha opa wo mudmadi ya mudni wo Oyerepa television show. Cha na se ba mudma pa aya akufuado onene ba womia omudi. Oh, mo ma hoda rumo bibia anti. Na yese nipa ne ne efra no hudmadi ya omia na akufuado omoye. E ma se pa se mo bo hoda rumo.
Mate, medasi, ekia, bana enkona, and I got Jimmy said, message there, but Jimmy said, Jimmy said, because then the poor as of J. Jimmy said, yeah, we are wrapping up, we are wrapping up. As of that's as of J, that's pork of Nayando. In fact, most of the messages that came through, quiet messages that mean to kind. Mintimin kan itino
me must who know say
let me that could you say uniano no I see we see blue say Parker the hardship in Ghana is getting worse so you matter Paul they will look at it
oh great
no the Paulina
that's good
na mo ka asem bi me pesa me chemu vice chancellor de no Professor Jane agent onko pekura 70 o contract oh me catch you say o retire at the age of 60 o retire at the age of 60
he will disagree with you that's the point
me can be afo akwaku de no
say he
but the he is this year o retire utimi sa akọchira de yes because Professor Keke Adakwa
okay
in 2008 me masters Professor Adakwa achira me research methods who akoye VC awie so kai Keke Adakwa I no do obetimi qualify ba ma me no na age kwento no onko ma me ni ko enu na ye one Kwesi no dey give you him and I'm a boy.
I don't know the facts.
Just say
but as for just say it's not true. But I'll still check.
O platform.
I have a lot of lawyers.
Sorry,
more
university academy.
You choose no friend. No for number.
Me from.
Me the number the ba no be ka say enya no kra wo.
What can I know on the private research? On what I am free.
I am Jaisa Suba.
Ya be kan ho asem.
Jaisa Suba.
On akra na say campaign da na ni so obetimi anya da.
Mami asa ko.
Abusi afọ ye pon. Set